I'm Lindsay and this is Michael and we are Begas Vaby. Okay, so we're doing this video. We thought we'd start this video because we are going to Vegas in how many days?
17.
17 days. And as you can tell, we're counting it down already. But we have been twice before. This is our third visit. And we've got so many memories, good memories, experiences that we just thought we would like to do a little introduction video, show you some clips from previous trips that we thought that you would enjoy, and get us in the mood for going again this in 17 days. So hope you enjoy it. Okay, so our first trip to Vegas was in 2016.
For your 40th birthday.
Yeah, it was for my 40th
Which was
birthday.
Considerably earlier than my 40th birthday.
You didn't have to mention that though.
You said I have to talk. You
Not
sat here and you told me, Michael, you have to talk.
Not about my 40th birthday though. Sorry, we've also got a dog here who's kind of joining in. There you go, say hello. Say hello, this is Tilly. She's looking very bemused by this. Anyway, so we first went to Vegas in 2016, yes, for my 40th birthday. And from the minute we arrived, we completely bought into Vegas, about the lifestyle, the atmosphere, the environment. We just absolutely loved it from the first minute we saw it. So one of the things we found on, I think it was our first night maybe, or second night, we walked along to New York, New York. We were staying in the Aria, which is a fantastic hotel. Would recommend it to anyone. Absolutely love that hotel, and I think it'll always be special because it was our first experience.
I'm not sure it's my favourite still, but it's special.
Do you not think it's your favourite?
No, I like the Venetian more.
Right. I don't know. I think they both have their good and bad points. Well, actually, they don't have bad points, do they?
No, there are no bad points.
They have their good points and their excellent points.
The bad points is when they make you leave.
Yeah.
They make you leave. That's what they're doing wrong.
They do, yeah, unfortunately. And they make you pay. You know, it should be free. They make you pay resort fees and everything. Anyway. So we were staying at the Aria, and one of the first properties we wanted to go to was New York, New York. I'd wanted to go to it since I was very young. Absolutely just loved it. It was our first view on the Strip, adored it. So we went along, and it's just magical. New York, New York. It's just really special. So we went along to, we went on the roller coaster, which was great.
It was terrifying. It was terrifying. Let's not, glorify it. It was absolutely terrifying. I was mortified every moment.
Well, Michael doesn't like heights, so it probably wasn't the kindest thing I ever did, but...
She apologised as we were going up because it was higher than she thought. So she actually apologised. She's laughing now, but she did apologise.
It doesn't look as high as it is though, until you start going up, and then we kept going up, and then kept going up, and then kept going up, and I just leaned across and I was like, I'm so sorry.
And then they hurtle you downwards at about 200 miles an hour, and that's not much fun either.
And it was your first ever time going upside down in a roller coaster.
It was my first time.
Oh, well done. Anyway, we went on the roller coaster, we got drinks, we went in the Irish bar. But one of the best experiences, or one of the fun experiences we had, was going in the dueling piano bar. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for another day. great experience we had the first time we went to Vegas was the stratosphere.
Wasn't fun.
Yes, it was.
Scared of heights wasn't fun.
I know, but it was.
Literally, the first two things they made me do in Las Vegas was climb large buildings.
I know, but we did the Top of the World restaurant, which was lovely. And we did Michael Jackson show.
Yeah, that was good.
Which you loved. And
that was on the ground floor though.
Thriller cocktails. They were absolutely gorgeous. If you go, you've got to get Thriller cocktails. And then once we'd had all of the nice fun stuff, only then did I proceed to make you go onto the kind of, killer rides, the potentially life-ending rides. But you're in Vegas, you've got to do these things.
Says the person who refused to go on one of them. Because she doesn't like spinny rides, and yet one who's scared of heights gets thrown off the building.
No, that green ride, I don't even know what it's called.
I don't know.
But the one that basically dives you off the edge of the building.
Oh, the X-Cream.
Yeah, that one. As we went to go to it, they basically said, okay, front row. And you don't get a choice, you're just basically filtered in. So I kind of looked across thinking, I didn't want to go front row.
I still have nightmares.
And they put us in the front, and again, although I'd already apologised for New York roller coaster, I literally just looked at Michael and I was as terrified as he was, just thinking, if this goes wrong, this is it. Like, we're goners here. And it then proceeded basically to kind of dive headfirst off the building. And I must have screamed like so loud. I've never felt as nervous or as shaky on a ride, and I've done, hundreds of rides and everyone in Florida and everything, but that was terrifying. And then we came off and we went onto the one that, like a jumping jack,
the free fall one.
Yeah, it basically, you're already on like a really, really ridiculously tall building, and then it catapults you up as high as you can in the air.
Maybe again, higher, even higher. The actual roof wasn't high enough.
Yeah, it wasn't. So that was fun as well. And the only reason I can't go on the spinny one is because it makes me feel sick. I can't do teacups.
I felt sick.
I can't do teacups because I sort of do my inner ear. But you can throw me up and throw me off things and go upside down and everything. But put me on little teacups and I'm ill.
Pathetic.
Anyway, that was loads of fun. We enjoyed that. That stratosphere was fab. We didn't actually go the last time we went.
She was using a very liberal use of the word "we" there. She enjoyed it. I survived it.
Another place that we went both times, and we actually went a couple of times. The first trip to Vegas was downtown. We'd been told, go downtown, make sure you see Fremont Street, and we actually had no idea what to expect. We'd never been to Vegas before, so the strip in itself was kind of, wow. And then we just jumped in a cab. We didn't really know how to get there.
There was is it concierge or the valet or whatever he's called at the Aria? He danced as he put us into the taxi.
Yeah, he did. Because it was really late at night. We actually didn't go to Fremont until about 11 o'clock at night at 10:30, and there'd been parties or something going on all day in the Aria, because there was a lot of young drunk people all over the place in the Aria.
Because Vegas has usually quite a lot of young drunk people.
But as we got into the taxi, everybody was getting in taxis and going home or going back to their hotels, and as we got to the taxi rank, we said, oh, come we want to go downtown Fremont Street, and he danced and he was like, oh, people who want to party, yay, and he was really pleased. So we went down, and what an experience Fremont Street is. just energy, lights, life in all forms.
So many
music,
happy people.
dancing, drinking in the street, happy gamblers, just kind of, you know, people who are doing unusual things, would you say, in the street?
There's a lot of life there. There's a lot of energy.
Yeah, but it's not things that you see, you know, at home. It's not things you would even know how to describe, I think, back home. So, but we absolutely loved it. You know, I was up dancing as usual. They had this bands on, and we had this dance that must be a thing in Vegas, must be a new trend. So I just had to join in and try it, of course.
I did not dance. I filmed you dancing.
Yeah, you generally do. If ever I'm making a fool of myself, you generally will with the camera. So yeah, we just loved it. We did a little bit of gambling. Actually, I was terrible. I lost quite a lot of money on blackjack in one of the, I can't remember where we were.
It was the Four Queens.
Four Queens. I lost a few $100s on blackjack. So then we went across to Binions, and basically we both played blackjack, but I was just losing again. So I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not doing very well here. But I just got a drink and kind of sat back and just let Michael basically win all of the things that I'd just lost, all of the money I'd just lost. He basically won it all back and then doubled it again. And I was like, yay, we can gamble again. So then we took everything he just won.
You took. Again, liberal use of the word we.
Yeah.
You took my money and...
Hey, what's yours is mine. So then we went across to Golden Gate, is it? Golden Nugget. Yeah. We went across from Binions with all of our winnings and went to to Golden Nugget, and I thought I'd have a go on roulette, and I was really successful. I just stuck with red, but I was increasing my bets, and I ended up coming out on a win. So that worked well for us, didn't it?
It did.
And I love going up. I'm terrible with names, but we went upstairs.
It was in the D.
In the D.
For the vintage slots.
For the vintage horse racing games, and I enjoyed that, putting all my little coins in and winning. I got a big buzz from that. So definitely love downtown and Fremont Street, and can't wait to get back there as well. So another thing that we have done both times that we've been to Vegas is, I mean, you're never short of cocktails in Vegas. Every bar does cocktails. And to be honest, it's my ambition to travel the length of the strip and get a cocktail in every bar, every hotel, everything. I can't imagine how far I'd actually get. Before I was kind of wobbling off and actually on the strip. But I would love to do that. But the first time we went, because we were in the area, we kind of tended to stay a little bit more around that area, around the Bellagio,
the mid-strip, yeah.
Caesars, Paris, that kind of area. And we went there's a little place in front of Paris, which is Hex. And we got one of the smoking, bubbling Hex cocktails. Just really loved it. Just something very showbizy, I suppose, something very Vegasy, very flashy, and they come and do the dry ice and it all bubbles over, and it was absolutely gorgeous. First one was bright blue, and I think the second one was orange or something, and it's just something you do in the middle of the day, isn't it, in Vegas? The sun's shining.
I don't think that there is days and nights in Vegas. It's just Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's just something that you kind of think, I wouldn't do this at home, I wouldn't. And while I'm here, I'm going to enjoy it. So definitely get yourself.
I think you would share at home more than you share. You shared those jokes.
Do you think
you definitely share at home more than you share in Vegas?
Well, you just got to drink.
I tell you what, there was no we then. There was no our cocktail then. Like there was our winnings.
Well, look, there's 2 straws, and if you can't keep up, then you've only got yourself to blame. One of the other things we have done in Vegas both times we've been is we've kind of added an unusual experience to it. Now this might not be unusual, you know, if you're in America anyway, but coming from the UK, from the north of England specifically, there isn't that much entertainment up here, really, would you say? Quirky things.
I don't actually know where you're going with this. So no.
Yeah, there isn't kind of like maybe quirky things. Put it this way.
She means that there's no gun crime here.
Yeah. But Michael both times has bought me a gift. Both times we're going to Vegas. Apparently he says it is to give me a vehicle for my aggression. Satiate
your want and will for destruction.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first time was a shooting experience. Again, it was just something we'd never done. It was just off the strip. We got collected in the morning. We went, we had, I don't even know, we had so many rounds each with about 4 different guns. That increasingly got kind of more dangerous and more fiery and loud.
There is a secret history there here though, because we also went to a kind of castle in Scotland where Lindsay decided that she was going to try a hand at clay pigeon shooting, and she was blowing those things out of the sky, you know, with absolute terrifying accuracy within moments. So there is a hidden history that I only met Lindsay when I was 35, so I mean I've got no idea what went on before, but I'm telling you she has killed before. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind she has killed before. And my theory is that if I keep on giving her these kind of healthy outlets for these violent acts, that I'll probably survive.
Really? Mm-hmm. I won't turn it against you, will I not, if you keep giving me...
Mm-hmm.
He just makes this shit up, you know. He just makes this shit up. I was gonna say I'm not remotely violent. That would be a lie. But I'm not excessively violent, I would say.
You've threatened to stab me on more than one occasion.
Well, I know, but you keep leaving your shoes in the same. Hey, you know, the what is it? The punishment meets the crime or whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway, so we did a shooting experience which I loved, and I really enjoyed that. By the end, there was kind of like fireballs coming out of the gun from the kind of impact, which I absolutely loved. And then the second time we went, we did what's called a wrecking room experience, which, if you've ever got any frustration or any kind of build-up of kind of, you know, something you need to vent, then I would recommend a wrecking room, because they put us in this room. I mean, they put us in the biggest boiler suits that you could ever come across.
I mean, mine was, masks.
Yeah, boots. I mean, I had sandals on or something, or I had high heel trainers on, and I had to put these boots on, and then these masks, and these helmets, and these goggles, and this thing up here, and these gloves, and they put me in the biggest boiler suit in the world, so it's kind of like all huge. But anyway, they put us in a room, and in there is glass bottles, printers, keyboards, CD players,
VHS players. I wondered what happened to all of them.
Yeah.
I wondered what happened.
Yeah. They put them in there, and you get to choose your weapon. So you can, I think it was baseball bats and crowbars, and you picked right. You went for the big long handle baseball bat to get a bigger swing. I went for the shorter one, but I know that I kept using yours because I liked yours better. You could get more on it. So yeah, we did the rec room experience, which is just off the strip. And again, it was just fun, just something different to do, and
I enjoyed the keyboard because I'm a kind of writer as my job, and the kind of pleasure I got from smashing up a keyboard with a baseball bat for absolutely no reason was just, you know, it was just heaven.
Other things that we have done while we've been in Vegas are things that you would say they're bucket list things that we've taken advantage of while we've been there. So I would say the majority of people, if they go to Vegas a lot, do a Grand Canyon experience. Something
And you did it on your birthday.
We did. We did it actually on my 40th birthday. I'd never been in a helicopter. So we'd never been in a helicopter. We've just never seen anything on that scale, on that level. So there are hundreds of different companies that you can go to Grand Canyon with. We loved it. It was great. We did the thing where you land in, you have a picnic,
Champagne,
to have some pictures taken, and it was just really, really nice. So I would definitely recommend that. Another thing we did on our second trip to Vegas is we actually did a trip to LA. And again, it was bucket list. I'm massively into movies. You know, always watched the Oscars and kind of wanted to see the kind of the main streets and all of that type of stuff. So we booked a proper tour.
Yeah, I spent most of the time trying to convince the driver and tour guide that the moon landings did actually happen. So that's kind of what I remember most from the kind of trip, because he was adamant. He's one of these conspiracy theorist nuts who's adamant that it didn't happen. And that's how I spent my 4-hour journey.
Well, it was like a big SUV, wasn't it? And there was 3 couples.
Yeah, 6 of us.
6 of us. We had a great driver, to be honest. I know you had to convince him about that, but he was great, loads of fun, and he had a great soundtrack. So whenever you were kind of coming into a certain place, he was putting like the right song on that fit kind of where you were going. We went to Santa Monica Pier.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air house.
Yeah, we did all that kind of thing. Yeah. The general tourist thing, but just kind of being able to be there and experience that, and I never ever thought I would ever stand in front of the Hollywood sign. I just never thought. One day I always hoped that I would get to do it, and
it's a full day away from Vegas. That's the only kind of bad thing about it. Yeah. But you know, it was worth it to do once.
Yeah,
without
definitely. Doubt. One of the bars we found towards the end of our first trip that we absolutely loved was Harrah's Piano Bar. We found it on like the second last night, the first trip. So the second trip when we went back, it was one of the first places we wanted to go. What can I say? I love a good sing song. Anything that I can get up, have a dance to, have a bit of a sing song, is brilliant by me. And don't know what it was about Harrah's Piano Bar. Certainly, we find better than New York dueling pianos. It's just so much more open. In the dueling pianos bar in New York, you have to pre-book seats if they're busy, and then we had to kind of stand around the outside of a bar, and it was all very enclosed. Whereas Harrah's Piano Bar is just very open. The 2 pianos are right in the middle. You can sit at the bar, you can sit around it, you can stand in the casino and watch it. Really inclusive. The first time we went was actually again on my 40th birthday, and Michael asked for a song, Journey Don't Stop Believing, but unbeknown to me, he also wrote on the bit of paper, can she sing it? So next thing, after we'd been Rock of Ages at the time, which was at the Rio. We'd had front row seats for that. We'd been getting these massive cocktails all night, and I was very well gone. Then we went into Harrah's Bar, and I ended up dancing with these people that had just kind of picked me up and dragged me around. And the next thing, I'm being called up to sing in front of this huge bar full of people, sing Journey Don't Stop Believing. And we are absolutely gutted. Well, I'm absolutely gutted. But we actually, Michael's phone ran out of battery as I was doing it. And I don't think anyone ever believes that. I think they just think that I was a really terrible singer. So you deleted it. So I've got this memory that I was so good and I rocked Harrah's Bar, and you're like, delete quick. But so we loved it for that. We just kind of thought, God, this is great, you can get really involved. So we make sure we go there at least a couple of times every time we go now.
You get to dance with random Chinese men.
You do.
I mean, you do. I mean, it's not something which is, I imagine, available to all, but you seem to attract small Chinese men in Harrah's.
things that we've done in Vegas that we would recommend, that we enjoyed, and it's again, it falls under the kind of tourist, you know, what everybody has to do, same as, you know, maybe go to the Stratosphere, see the Bellagio fountains, go on the New York roller coaster. And that was, it was the first time we went, actually not when we were staying at the Venetian, but we visited the Venetian and we did one of the gondola rides. Is it called a ride? Sail?
It's not a sail. There's
It's
no
a ride.
sail on there. It's a float, maybe.
A gondola float.
A gondola float.
I had to go on a gondola. It's a gondola go.
A gondola go. Okay.
A gondola go. We had a gondola go. But it was really nice. You're kind of inside, and obviously the ceilings all kind of looks like it's blue sky. And your, I was going to say your gondolist. Is that
Gondolist.
what are they called?
Compared to what you usually call people in Vegas, we'll go with gondolist, I think.
No, I don't know what they're called. What are they called? Putters or no, what they called? I can't think what they're called. Someone's gonna have to tell me what they're called. I can't think. But the gondolist, I will call it for now. She was amazing. She had the most beautiful voice, and she serenaded us all the way through. We took a little bit of video of that. It was absolutely just a nice moment, and I think it was our last night in Vegas, the first time we'd gone, and we just felt like it kind of sealed the trip for us. It was really nice. So that's one to do.
We like the Venetian Hotel, though.
Oh, the Venetian Hotel is
all of
stunning, absolutely stunning. I think the Aria will always be special to us because it was the first place we stayed, and that I'll never forget when we first walked into the Aria and the curtains opened automatically, kind of and all of a sudden it was just floor-to-ceiling windows, and we had nothing in front of us other than there was a pool view and you could see a little bit of the strip. But just the sheer amount of kind of light and space, and everything was modern and technology. You had the iPads beside your beds and you could order your room service off that, and it was just wow. It was kind of like, this is luxury. And then obviously the second time we stayed in the Venetian, and it's complete luxury, but I would say like the other kind of way.
It's opulent.
Yeah,
it's opulent.
Yeah, it's not kind of funky and modern and glass and that kind of thing, but you just walk in and feel like, wow.
The only other thing I would say about the Venetian is it takes you absolutely forever to get outside of the hotel.
Yeah, it does.
It's like a half-hour trip just to get to your front door. So that's the only downside of it.
Yeah, you do have to kind of, and then even when you get to the door, you kind of like, well, do I go that way down the escalator, or do I go this way around there, and kind of out? But you know, it's not really a problem, is it? But it was lovely, and the little food court. How many kind of 2 o'clock in the morning trips did we make to the little food court in the middle of Venetian? It's great. Anyway, so they're kind of some of the memories that we've got from our last 2 trips to Vegas, some of the really good memories. There are obviously many others, hundreds of others, and that's why we can't wait to get back. And one thing that frustrates us when we tell people that we're going back to Vegas is people kind of say, again, or have you not seen everything now? And we're like, are you kidding? Like, we didn't do anything really twice, you know. There was very rarely did we kind of return the second time to places we'd been in the first time, because there's just so much to do and so much to see. And we, like I say, we've said it a few times, but we go in 17 days, and we have this list of things that we want to do that we've not even looked at the first 2 times we've gone. And we've probably got a list that long that we're looking at Vegas 3 and going to probably move some of them onto Vegas 4. Looking forward to booking the next one after we've got this one. So there's just so much to do. We can't wait. We're literally...
It's my 40th this time.
It is. So... yeah, he's making a point that he's much younger than me, just in case he didn't pick up on that point.
That we went years ago for your 40th, and now we're going for mine.
So, yeah, we've got loads of things. We've got shows booked, we've got restaurants booked. We've got a couple of surprises for each other, by the sounds of it, that we're both keeping quite secret, but I'm sure will be revealed. We do plan on vlogging this time. If nothing else, just for our own kind of memories. When we've looked back on the last 2 years, we wished we'd videoed more, we wished we'd recorded more of it, we wish we kind of captured them moments. So this time we want to do that. And if you like it and enjoy it too, then brilliant. But if not, it's our memories, isn't
It's
it?
for us, you're optional. You're completely optional.
Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this first vlog. It is a bit of a pre-Vegas vlog, or a post-Vegas vlog of looking back on great things that we've done before.
It's an introduction.
It's an introduction to us. And let's see what happens. Hopefully that you get to enjoy some more memories with us going forward. Bye for now.